The early morning weather forecast on September the 16th was for threatening weather to arrive on Truman Lake in the area where I like to fish for walleye. And one of the things I like to do is to fish just ahead of threatening weather when I'm fishing for walleye. So I told my wife, I'm going walleye fishing. And she said, you can't go by yourself in this weather, I'll go with you. And I said, you might get wet. She said, I've been wet before. So away we went. As we pulled off the main road and started driving down to the launch area, we could see threatening weather already in the faraway distance. And we had already driven through several small rain showers on our way from home. If the weather forecast was correct, we had a little over 2.5 hours of fishing time before the weather was scheduled to get in this area. Because of the weather situation, we started fishing immediately after we launched our boat. And wouldn't you know it, we hadn't gone 50 yards before she caught a fish.
Way back there. Got one.
Good girl, keep him on top like that. Little walleye.
Like I have it now. No, I think it got off. No? Yeah. I don't have one. Yes, I do. It came on even though it was raining.
Honey, there he went. He dived into the water and got a fish, and he's coming up.
I decided to stop and cast a while because I've caught walleye on this point before. I had made only about 3 casts when I got a strike.
Big walleye. Get the net. I'll get it. I'll get the net.
I didn't get any more strikes on that point, so we decided to motor out across the flats to some underwater humps and fish them before the wind got too high to fish them. As we were trolling along, we saw a pelican flying in the air. My wife and I are both bird lovers, and when we saw a whole bunch of pelicans on the far bank, we decided to troll over that way. As we trolled along closer and closer to the pelicans, we noticed that the wind was coming up, and we could see that the clouds were beginning to build in the north. We decided to make one pass as close as we could without scaring the birds, and then we decided that we better head in because the clouds were getting darker and darker, so we headed out to the protection of the cove. When we got back to the mouth of the cove, we decided to troll over the point where I had caught the big walleye and then retrace the same path, trolling back through the cove that we had trolled when we came out. As we began to turn out around the trees in preparation for trolling over the point, we noticed that we had some new bird friends, and of course they wanted to have their pictures taken too.
There's a drunk driver here.
Our eagle friend we had seen earlier decided he wanted his picture taken.
Not supposed to look at me. Another walleye.
My wife had let her line out about 100 feet to catch that last walleye, so we decided to reset all of our rods at that distance. No sooner did we get the line set back when I saw a flash of lightning and I could hear thunder. I decided to get my wife off the lake. We got the boat loaded as quickly as we could, made the half-mile drive up to the road that took us home, turned to the right, and just at that moment the bottom fell out and it started raining. Now how can you have a better fishing trip than that?